Hello, and welcome back to National Busways West Scotland, where we are looking out over Millport on the island of Great Cumbrae, just off of the Scottish coast, between Fairlie and Largs, which is currently being served by our Quicksilver service 727. The 727 running from Kilwinning up the coast, all the way around through Gurrock and Greenock, and then getting onto the motorway to run non-stop into the airport. But yes, I did a map expansion, which means we now have Millport. I did a map expansion to the west, so it's mostly water. From here down it's all water, as you can see. But we have Little Cumbrae, which has nothing on it. Great Cumbrae, which has Millport and the Calmac ferry terminal up here. And then we have... I'm just going to check what that is. Give me a moment. I swear I said what it was, but I'm just going to double check. That is... It is part of the Scottish mainland. It's part of the West Highlands. But yeah, there's Dunoon. So we already had Hunter's Quay and Cairn. Now we have the rest of Dunoon, and down to Inelland and Toward. Or is it Toward? So I'm going to see what's just off of the map for this part of the map. To the north is Ardnah Dam, Sandbank, and then there's a little lock. And then it goes up into how do I describe where this is? I don't know, but it's... Yeah, up here somewhere will be Gary Lockhead. Up here somewhere will be Gary Lockhead. But for now, as you may have seen in the video title, as you should have seen in the video title, we are starting a new operation. A new branch of National Busways here in Millport on the Isle of Great Cumbrae. Now this isn't this operation's first service, but yes, we're going to have the very, very nice garage, but it's going to be very small because, you know, we're only going to be having enough buses here to serve Cumbrae. But this is going to be, I think, without much surprise, the Cumbrae garage, or CB, Millport, Isle of Cumbrae, and this is going to be National Busways Scottish Islands, or National Busways Scottish Isles. Isle of Cumbrae, NBSI Cumbrae. There we go, NBSI Cumbrae. So let's get some bus drivers. Thought by friendliness, big friendly, and let's get 6. We should only need 6. In fact, 6 will be more than enough. But this is Millport on the Isle of Cumbrae. I'm going to check what the road numbers are, because that will inform my route numbers. So we have the A89 or the B899, which will take us from Millport direct up to the Calmac ferry, which is up there. And then there's the loop road, it goes all the way around the outside. That is the B896. So the route numbers on this island, I'm going to use this blue again, because actually this bluey purpley thing is very close to the colour of the buses I'm going to use, because yeah, obviously, new operation, new livery. So yeah, the route numbers are going to be the 99 and the 96A and 96C. So yeah, 3 routes on the, or 3 services on Millport, forming 2 routes. Or on Millport, on Cumbrae. I'm gonna get that so confused, because the island is called Great Cumbrae, but the only place on the island is called Millport. Or the only big place on the island is called Millport. But the first one I'm gonna put in is the 99. From Millport to... what does this... I'm just gonna say Cumbrae Ferry. There you go. Millport, Cumbrae Ferry. And we're going to have it start at Keyhead. I was going to say Millport, Keyhead. Then, there is space to turn around here. So I'm going to have a stop at College Street, that works. Actually, I'm going to have a stop before. I'm going to have a stop there. Then I'm going to have a stop there. Then I'm going to have a stop there. I'll keep you with for all of these, or at least the first 2. Because, you know, right, what's this? What have I stumbled upon? This is Balloch Martin. Balloch Martin. Balloch Martin, northbound. Then Fairhaven, Fairhaven, Ferry Road, northbound. Then we have Down Craig, Down Craig, northbound. And Calmac Ferry. There we go. Oh, that'll do just fine. Calmac Ferry. Then we'll have it start again at Ferry Terminus. And have a stop there at Down Craig, southbound. At Fairhaven Ferry Road, southbound. Then at... next one's Balloch Martin, indeed it is. Balloch Martin, southbound. No, I hit enter instead of the closed square bracket. There you go. Then what do we have next? Big nothing, big nothing, big nothing, and coming into Millport. Well. And then this is going to say Millport. There you go. So there is the 99 from Millport to Cumbrae Ferry. That says it takes 19 minutes. Which is really weird, because I swear it doesn't take that long in real life. As Millport... the real service that comes through is the 320. Millport to Cumbrae Slip. Oh, it goes round this side. It goes that way rather than that way. Which is longer, and it doesn't take as long. That's really weird. But we're going to do this. Okay. Maybe we might need 8 drivers. Anywho. This is probably going to run every half hour. and I'm gonna find the ferry and see if I can link it up with the ferry timing wise. There we go. It is the Caledonian McBrain CM7 ferry. Right, it's shown as a CM7 on bus times. Right. So the first ferry leaves from Cumbrae at 7 o'clock, and the last one arrives at Cumbrae at 20:25. So and passengers need to check in 10 minutes before the ferry departure, so we should get there at 6:45 for the first one. Cool. Oh, but that means... Oh no, that'll be fine, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna bring you back when this is done. And the 99 is now complete between Millport and Cumbrae Ferry. Timed to run with the ferry service, so the ferry timetable is actually kind of like a National Busways timetable, in that it runs a Monday to Saturday and then a Sunday. But all week it runs with a half-hourly frequency, and so all week the 99 will run with a half-hourly frequency. So a little feature with the hang on, when is the first ferry? On a weekday. 7 o'clock, okay, good. Yeah, so a little feature with the CalMac ferries is that you need to check in 10 minutes before the departure time. But what I'm going to say we have is a sort of communications thing with CalMac, seeing as this is the era where mobile communications are becoming a thing for everyone. You know, 2G phones are definitely a thing by now. Smartphones are just round the corner, really. So why can't a bus ticket machine that can communicate over 2G also send a message to someone else, say CalMac, that someone on a bus with a booked connection onto their ferry has bought a ticket to the ferry stop, or, you know, bought a ticket to the interchange stop with the ferry. Like, that could be how that works, so that we only need 5 minutes at the ferry terminus. Well, 6, but yeah. And also, when I got confused that it was 19 minutes, there's 19 minutes there and back. It's 9 minutes each way, which makes a lot more sense. But this only needs one bus, so I'll confirm that, and we will activate that later. Where is the 99? There it is, the 99. It's not going to be the only 99 on the map, but, you know, here it is. We will assign that from the brand new CB. Next, it is 2 new services, the 96A and 96C. And these 2 routes, because they're going to go around the outside on this sort of looping road, they're the ones that dictate which bus we're going to use on the island, because you can get a full-size bus down... Oh no, you can get a full-size bus down this road, but I don't know about the rest of it. The reason why I know you can get a full-size bus down this road is because this route, around the coast to the ferry terminal, is the Millport Motors Route 320. And Millport Motors have an Eclipse Urban, so you can get a big bus on this island. But anywho, this is going to be the 96A. Cumbrae ACW. There you go. Actually, what if I 96A like that, size equals 75%. No! Oh, and I've broken it. I rich textured too close to the sun. Well, this is a more chill out episode, so that's what we do. That's what we're doing. We are chilling out, and I'm making mistakes, which is fine. Although I wonder if the no limits thing works on these. Because it would be nice to get a small A. So I did 96. I'll just do a lowercase a for now. 96A, Cumbrae, anti-clockwise. So reminding myself that's going around this way. So, we'll stop there, then we'll stop there. We will come out, and we will stop there. Then we will stop there. Find a place to... Ooh, actually, we're not going to have any buildings in range. But you would stop there. You'd stop there, and you'd stop there. That looks like a beauty spot, so we'll put there. We'll put a stop there. That looks like a path that goes somewhere, so we'll put a stop there. There's a thing that you'd put there. Ferry terminus. Down Craig southbound. And this road doesn't have a name, but it's going to be the main stop in Fairhaven. So this is going to be Fairhaven southbound. Then nothing until you hit this place. There we go. Then you go this way. I'll put a stop there. And a stop there. And then you come in to Millport like this. And this is going to get its own stop here. And this is going to say Cumbrae Circuit size equals 75%, small caps, anti-clockwise. There we go. So that's going to take 25 minutes to do a circuit, which means if we have another route going the other way, which is otherwise identical, we can run them both hourly with one bus, which is perfect. So, I'm going to get this done, and see you when we have the 96C done, because we've you know, 96A is in, 96C is just the same going the other way. So, yeah, I'm going to get the timetable for this, then I'm going to do the 96C, and we're going to be great. So, the island is now covered with 3 bus routes. We have the... Come on game. We just finished autosaving, which means the performance has gone down the pan. There is a definite performance drop after an autosave with this game. But anyway, we have the 96A, which is the Cumbrae Circuit anti-clockwise, starting from Millport, running around this way via the ferry terminal, the 96C, which goes the other way via the ferry terminal, and then the 99, which is Millport to Cumbrae Ferry direct, serving the villages of of Ballachmartin and Fairhaven. So these routes, I'm going to activate them, are going to use a new type of vehicle for the series. Sort of. It's a vehicle type we've seen before, but it's not the variant that we've seen before. You know, this is a small island. You don't need a huge vehicle capacity. To be fair, you could probably get everyone who lives on this island into a couple of buses, if you get the right buses. So you don't need that many buses to just move the people around when they want to be moved. Because not everyone who lives in a given area will want to be moved somewhere at once. So, you know, they're going to be small buses. It's also going to be a fleet that has proportionally a fair amount of redundancy to it. Because, you know, well, first of all, the 96A and the 96C will interwork because their loops take 27 minutes. And they each run hourly, with the 96A connecting with the ferries on the hour, and the 96C connecting with the ferries at past. So, yeah, that's how long it takes to activate a route. So yeah, these services, we have a vehicle requirement of 2 with no Sunday service. So, we're going to be buying 4 buses, which, yeah, means we have 100% more buses than we need. Which, yeah, that's good. But it will be nice to get this network up and running, because I'd imagine that the 320 is fairly well used. But we will see what happens with our routes when we get them activated. And at that point, or at this point, I will rejoin you when we have something to look at in the paint shop. And this is the Optare Solo M780SL. Now, SL means slimline, and yes, this is a narrow version of the Optare Solo. In fact, it's a narrow version of the second shortest variant of the Optare Solo, which means it looks like that. How adorable is this bus? So, let's look at the legals, because it's the first set of brand new legals for this series. National Busways Scottish Isles Limited, based at 10 Union Street, Rothesay, on the Isle of Bute. So, yes, so CB for the Cumbrae Garage, and the OSS type, not for Optare Solo Short, but for Optare Solo Slim. Now, the thing with these Optare Solo, the slim ones, is they are quite hard to come by. They're not that common. Especially now, seeing as it's, you know, old. And I thought I'd never been on a slimline Optare Solo. But it turns out that we have some in London, or we had some in London. Allocated to the W12. So I have been on some. I've been on a fair few. But yes, this is the livery of National Busways Scottish Isles, with Cumbrae branding. It's rather nice, and we have the little orangey stripe going up through there, just to keep things looking a little bit fun. So yes, we're getting 4 of these. I need to assign some buses. You, and you. So, you are not going to be OSS 1. You're going to be OSS 13. Oh no, OSS 17 actually. and you're gonna say Cumbrae, or Isle of Cumbrae, Isle of Great Cumbrae, CB. Fleet number is going to be OSS. Yeah, we'll do OSS 17. And the license plate is going to be SL54 CBA. Yeah. Right, I don't like that, so I'm gonna see what happens if I do that. That's better. Copy that. So, there is OSS 17, the first of the new Cumbrae buses. CB. Fleet number OSS 18. License plate SL54 CBB. If you're wondering where all the other OSSs went, other islands. We will get to those, probably. I'm actually going to pop OpenStreetMap up again while I'm doing this. OSS 19. SL54 CBC. And finally, we have Isle of Great Cumbrae, CB, OSS 20, better known to the DVLA as SL54 CBD. It's the weed bus. Yeah, these are adorable. So on this series, we will have the Isle of Great Cumbrae, which we've already done. We will also have the Isle of Bute, and the Isle of Arran. Yes, we'll also have the Isle of Arran. So there will be some of this, some of the earlier Optare Solo Slim lines. But for now, here is for the Isle of Great Cumbrae. So, all that's left now is to wait for a bus to go out on shift. That's going out at 14:40 on a 99. So, I will see you when it's time to look at the 99. And it is now time to join the first 99 on the Isle of Great Cumbrae. Our first bus on any of the Scottish Isles. For the series, not canonically. This is being worked by Optare Solo Slim 17, registered SL54 CBA, coming through Ballack as the game's auto-saving, so it's a bit hitchy. There's Fairhaven Ferry Road, the only place outside of Millport to be served by both the 99 and the 96. But here we are at the Calmac Ferry. We'll be leaving on the hour, back to Millport. And that does allow time for passengers to come from the ferry to the bus, because the bus arrives at the ferry and sits at the slip for 5 minutes. So, yeah, it's plenty of time. So we're going back to Millport. Right, where am I? We're almost back in Millport. Great. Yes, the game's auto-saving, which means it's taking a very long time to do anything. Which means the 96 is going to be a fun one, but again, we're only going to do one of the 96s, because they're both the same. And they're not into working yet, which is why our vehicle requirement today is 3. it should be 2. Right. Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, we're just coming into Millport. This is the edge of Millport. So yeah, we vibe. We vibe. Right, okay, the game's finished autosaving, which means performance has taken another hit, and CVM's no longer open as my main window because I tried to open Task Manager to see what's going on. Anyway, we're coming into Millport. So, yes. Ah, there's a 96. There's a 96. 96. Let me get on the 96. I want to see the 96. There you are, it's a 96C, it's going at 1515. Which means it should be going at basically the same time as the 99. Which is oof, seeing as they basically go to the same place. But oh well. Yeah, we leave together. That's not fun, but oh well. We do diverge and we go this way. That 27 is running 39 minutes late. That's a bit of a yikes. There is University Marine Biological Station, Millport. Ooh, there's like a science thing. I love a science thing. Okay, the 27's just basically dead. Completely dead. Oh, dear me. We're coming up towards the, there's Fairhaven. Past the ferry terminal. And coming through the top of the island. Past, I don't know what that is. It's something. Probably someone lives there. There's probably a little lookout point, because this place is adorable. Fintry Bay, there's a little walking trail. There's another one. And there's like a holiday thing. And coming back into Millport, where I forgot that this is all one way. Oops. But that is what we've worked on. Just 2 routes. Nice and sedate. But we have, at the same time, 100%ed the Isle of Great Cumbrae. So, I'm going to head back to the garage. That 16 is 2 hours late. You can't see my mouse cursor because it's the window. Yeah, that 16 is 2 hours late. That is not acceptable. But anyway, this is SL54 CBD. And yeah, from the CB garage on the Isle of Great Cumbrae with National Busways Scottish Isles, I will see you next week. From National Busways West Scotland. Bye bye.